Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. I have something that's a very interesting project that was not my idea. It was actually the idea of Johnny Reb, and when he told me of this idea, I thought it was so fantastic. I said, that's great when you finish your collection. And his idea was, he was 38 chests short of getting a guaranteed epic tank. And so he said, well, I'm just going to collect 38 of these and open them all at one time and force an epic tank, which was like, man, you're kind of crazy, but in the good way. So I found out, I was playing matches, and then I played a match, and Johnny Reb was in that match, and he's like, he sent me a message. He goes, oh, you know, I see you, I watched your stuff on YouTube. And I'm like, gee, thanks, that was awesome. And that's when he told me about this idea. And you know, he didn't tell me that he wanted me to do this. When he told me about this idea, I said, I want to do this. I would be glad to do it. Just let me know when you got them, and it's on, okay? And I'm using the background artwork here from the 40 metal chest, I can't read, Metal Fest War Chests artwork that I use this to buy my set that I did the video of. So I'm going to show you what he got from collecting these the man's way, one at a time. And I was like, oh man, I'm telling you, I can't do it. When I get a war chest like this, it's like I'm a kid at Christmas again. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So I'm like, oh, I have to open it, okay? Just, you know, when you have a weakness for certain things, like some people have a weakness for chocolate, I have a weakness for opening war chests, all right? When I get it, I cannot hold it. I have to open it. Now, I have had a couple where, you know, I was working on two that I knew were coming very close together, and I would get one and I could wait to get the other one. Like when I was doing war chests from like stage 55 or stage 69 of the season. If I had another like Metal Fest War Chest coming up, I'm like, well, I'll just do both, okay? I'll wait to have a 2-for-1. So yeah, I can do that, but it takes a lot of restraint from my hand to do it. So I want to say, the first thing I have to say is, salute to Johnny Reb. I don't know how you did it, brother, but it was awesome. So he did it, and then I said, well, you know what would be best, really, if you could make this instead of one long video trying to send, which you really can't do on Xbox, do it in, you know, 4 segments. That way you could make them, they'd upload in a reasonable amount of time, and then you could send them also in a reasonable amount of time. Because when you have a longer video on YouTube, it takes a while, because it'll last up to 4 minutes, and it's really a pain. And the other thing is, it's kind of hard to open 38 chests, which is almost 40, in 4 minutes. You can do it, but it's kind of rapid fire, and it's really, you know, you're playing with fire, because if you mess it up, you can't reopen them. That's the thing. Now, when I did my video of 40, I got them, they were there, and I opened them myself. Now, clearly, these are not my chest. He opened them himself and sent them to me. And so, yeah, I looked at them. I can't help myself. I have to look at it, okay? And he got some good stuff, and we're going to look at this and go through this and give you a kind of a breakdown on how you need to look at what he did. I mean, it takes guts to do that, because I don't know how over several days he's pounding these matches, and he's building this stack of, I don't know how long it took him, but every time you get on, he knows he's got a pile of virtual war chests, just like bricks going into the sky. And it's like, it's got to be like, oh, I want to open them so bad, but he didn't do it. He toughed it out like a man, a better man than me. I'm gonna tell you, I can't do it. I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry. No. It would hurt me. It would physically cause me pain. So that's the thing. That's the prelude to Johnny's chest. So then we want to look at that, and I want to tell you a couple of things that when I was asked, and in my other video I mentioned this, but if you haven't seen it, go check it out after you see this one. That when I was asked, like, what's the average, that you would get from chests? And the question was very vague and open-ended. And I realized that what was really being asked, like, what is the best way to gauge the quote average? And I told Fish this, and he agreed with me, that it was 100 gold per chest, from our combined observational experience. We haven't written it down, okay? But it's 100 per chest. We both agreed was the ballpark. Now it could be 125, could be 90, but it's in the 100 gold per chest ballpark. There's a lot of work to do this, and it's just not worth it. Okay, if you want to do the statistical, breakdown for total accuracy, go right ahead. But you see, I don't have to do that, because I'm telling you, the honest appraisal is that this is a ballpark based upon our personal observations, which were definitely not scientifically arranged. We didn't do this the way where you have 10 chests, you open 10 chests, and go, okay, well, we got 800 to 1200 ballpark gold, and then you do it multiple times. You have to have a large sample, like 100 chests. Now you could go watch one of the 100 chest videos that are out there and write down, okay, you had 100 chests, well, how much gold? Just gold, not gold refunds, okay? Because that's completely separate. I'm talking about just straight gold coins like you see here. Like these gold coins, when I say it's 100 gold per chest, it's just gold coins. Then you have extra value gold, like the 1975, those are the KISS years. 1973, 1975, 1983, 1998, and 1999. Those are the 5 different ones. And those are, each tied. 1973 is the first KISS album. 1975 is the KISS Alive album, which was the revolutionary live album that changed the way rock and roll live albums were done ever since. 1983 was the KISS Lick It Up Unmasked album. The Unmasked album was actually before that, but then the first famous Unmasked KISS album was really Lick It Up in 1983. 1998 is KISS Psycho Circus, which is the first album where they go back to the makeup. Geniuses, because in 1998, they're 25 years older than they were in 1973. And they're like, we're not as smoothly skinned as we once were, so hey, let's go back to makeup, which fans like anyway, and it helps make us look less old. There's something behind those guys, I'm telling you, they're pretty smart. 1998 is the Psycho Circus year for the Psycho Circus album, and then 1999 was a concert tour. I want to say it was they had a name for it, Into the Millennium or something like that. I don't know exactly what it was, but that's what it was. So that's what those numbers mean. So you have regular gold, high value gold, and then you also have, I break it down with an unfair category of super drop gold. Now, in super drop gold, almost every grouping, there you go, of war chests is going to come up as a 0. You hardly ever get them. They're 1 out of 400. So you open 400 chests, one of those will be a super drop of 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, or the never seen by myself 100,000. There's 4 different ones. Then you have non-epic tanks, and then you have epic tanks. And the subgrouping there is refunded or non-refunded tanks. So these are the things you have to look at. And you want to look at these, and when you have these categories, it gives you a better idea of how successful you are. And then you have, of course, the individual things like commanders and emblems with inscriptions, garage gear, and I think that's it. So there we go. And as you see here, the commanders are common, but if you get a commander you don't care for, you can sell it $250,000 silver. So if you sold 5 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4 is $1 million, 1,250,000. So one of the things you're getting in this, the option of taking a commander or taking silver. So $250,000 silver adds up. Now I have a lot of silver, as you can see up here. I have, 83 million. All right. So there's many ways to get silver. One of those ways is by selling commanders that you don't like, that you get out of chests, including duplicate KISS commanders beyond however many you need. Now, myself, I have 3D KISS commanders, and then I have one complete set of 2-dimensional KISS commanders. I put those in tanks so that I sell off all of the unassigned KISS commanders. I don't need more than that. I have plenty of commanders. So that's what I do. That's me personal. You do whatever you want, but I'm just giving you what I do. So now we're going to go get to the meat of this video, and that is JohnnyReb's 38 hand-picked and saved somehow war chests, and he's gonna open those for us, and we're gonna look at it, and I'm gonna tell you what I see. 3, 2, 1. All right, now what you need to look at here, this is his randomly collected stuff. Every collection of war chests you see to be opened is going to be unique to itself. And the thing we have here is that we have the start amount, which is 15,400. I'm not going to get to the nickel and dime stuff. 15,400 gold that he's got. His goal is real simple. He wants that guaranteed epic tank. And anything else that he gets, as far as I understand, is kind of a bonus. All right. I mean, you want the gold too as well, but you're looking to see, again, regular gold, high value gold, tanks if you get any, and then the other regular items from the chests. Look at this, and we're going to compare this after we break it down. And here we go. All right. Bingo. Lizzie rocks. This is the Joan Jett knockoff. I don't know who that chick is supposed to be. Sherry Dagger. 400 gold, killer. The Lars Ulrich knockoff from Metallica. The Tom Petty knockoff. Killer, 400. I'll tell you one of the things, though, that he gets a lot of different golds. 350. 350 again. All right, here we go. The guitar plus the Headbangers Unite, which is a really nice one. Hey, look, it's Santa Claus playing Call of Duty. That was the first 10. A lot of gold there, which was good. All right, here we are with the second 10. Killer, Devil's Gold, This is the Ace Frehley knockoff. 75-year-old Ace Frehley. The Rick Emmett knockoff. Oh, there is the epic tank, the Carnarvon Action X. That's what he was looking for. Now, the good thing is he got that relatively early. Pyrotechnic Sparks, that's a good one. If you don't have them, it's great. Blaze Havoc. I don't remember that guy, what he's for. Oh, Karen. No thanks. He got a second one of those guitars, plus the Killer Headbangers Unite. Another 500 gold. Another 500 gold. All right, that was killer. All right, here we are with the third 10-pack of openings. Come on, baby. All right, I got this in mine as well. The Crowd Surfer. Oh, the Headbangers Unite's nice with that multicolored. I don't know what that was. Anyway, 400 gold, good. Now you're seeing that's the Joan Jett knockoff. Another Devil's Gold or Evil Gold. Pyrotechnic Sparks. Another 350 gold. But I'm thinking that you're seeing, and that's the knockoff of the Singer of Rat. I don't know who this girl is supposed to be. Then we got one more upcoming. All right. More Commanders that we haven't seen. More gold, which is killer. This is a Motley Crue knockoff. Again, with the Joan Jett knockoff. Another Heavy Metal Gold. Another knockoff Tom Petty. Another Devil's Gold or Evil Gold or Heavy Metal Gold. Okay, now the thing I want to focus on here is that the starting amount that he got or he had was 15,400 gold. And as you see here, it's 21,800. So he got 7,400 in regular gold coins. And that's almost double what our estimated average is of 100 gold per chest. Double it would have been 7,600. He got 7,400. That is straight butt kicking, okay? And that's the thing. Now, when you have the different categories, there's regular gold, special gold, the 1900, etc. The super drop gold. Now, no super drops and no extra special golds, which, unfortunately affects your total. But in the regular gold category, jackpot. Great job on that one. He opened enough. 38 is close enough to 40. The average is going to be 2 tanks. Sometimes you catch a break, like I caught a super break, okay? And when I told you in my video that I was super lucky, I was super lucky. This is more standard luck that you're going to see. And it's all random. You just never know what's going to happen. It goes the way it goes, and you have to go, okay, great. He only got the one tank, and it was the guaranteed epic tank, the Carnarvon Action X, and it's a good one. So that's one of the things that's kind of a bonus. He got a really good epic tank. There's some others that, it's all relative. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, fine. But you don't really want to get one that's kind of, like for me, I have the HMH Chrysler K. Who cares? The Carnarvon is an awesome tank. It was really funny. He asked me, he's like, is the Carnarvon Action X a good tank? I said, well, are you familiar with the Paladin? He goes, yeah. I go, it's the same tank. It's just the Paladin has the artwork skin with the knight on the side. It just looks different. That's the same tank. She was like, oh, okay, that's good. Which, that is good. That's a good tank. And I told Fish, he goes, oh yeah, dude, that's a great tank. So he was lucky that he got something that's actually useful. I've played that tank in the Paladin, and it's a butt kicker in a tier 8 match. It is an absolute butt kicker. Fun tank to play in co-op. And that's really one of the keys. But again, the key thing that's going for him, 7,400 gold was outstanding. Plus, he got the Carnarvon. Now, the thing that really stands out, his stash is not as good as mine in the results. I got more, but I got super lucky, and I had to pay for it. He got average-ish luck, and he paid nothing. So it's like each of us has an advantage, and it's relative. I thought his idea was genius because he doesn't risk anything. He's playing the game as he was going to play it anyway. So he game plays his way to 38 like a champion, held it. I don't even know how. That was so impressive. So there's a lot of things that you can learn from JohnnyReb's video and his collection that he got. I, on the other hand, was, by comparison, he looks like Superman, you know, and I look like Clark Kent, okay? You know, I'm like, man, I was like, this is killing me. Because I was, you know, when I did mine, I was 40 away, and I go 40, I could buy my way out of this hole, you know, and gamble. Now, the thing, like I said, that pushed it over the selection edge for me was I could make a video of it, and then I had no idea that this possibility that we're looking at here was coming up, to have kind of a companion video, to have my video was that I paid for chests versus the ha-ha, I didn't pay for chests. So I think obviously my chests were great, and I won on that one because I was super lucky. He had average luck, but he wins because he did something that you need to do to have a great result, and you got to win at least one of the categories. You know, average for 38 chests in regular gold was 38. It's basically 3,800. He got almost double that, and that itself was outstanding. That's his win. I got lucky because I won in the tank category big time. The average is 2. Sometimes you get, now the average comes like this. The average is 2. Sometimes you get 1. Sometimes you get 3. Okay, he got 1, but he got a good one. That's the key. It helps when you get a good one. If you get a one, you're like, oh man. And to be honest, it's better to get 1 good one than 2 tanks, okay? That's just, you know, personal experience, to be honest. But so the thing that we have to celebrate about Johnny's chests is that he won the gold category of the straight gold. My straight gold was substantially less, okay? I didn't win that. I did okay, but that's all right. You don't have to win every category. You just need to win one category, and it makes the whole difference. I won the tank category on mine. Like myself, on my 40 versus his 38, we both did not get a super drop. I was hoping that he's going to get something really outstanding. A super drop would have been really nice. You know, a couple of my friends, Fish and Bonsai Big, both got super drops. I got a super drop in a different, you know, just by itself. Out of my, you know, opening a chest, super drop, okay. Which I posted that video. Actually, I haven't posted that video. I'm sorry. I made a video where I show it, but I haven't posted it because I got to do a lot of editing. And the editing of JohnnyReb's video is much simpler, so I'm doing his video first to get it out there for you guys to see, as opposed to waiting for this idiot. I have to do my own chests. I'm still working on that. I took time out from working on my chest. I promised Johnny Reb, if he sends this to me, I will have these out the same day, and I'm doing this. It'll be out tonight. So really fantastic. So I want to congratulate Johnny for having such an unbelievable mental conditioning to hold those chests and open them all at one time. Man, I could never do that, and it's just amazing. So you look at the thing now. Again, if you like those commanders, that's fantastic. You got a bunch of commanders there. If you don't like them, okay. Yes, I'm being invited to a party by my friend, so that's not a big deal. But if you like him, great. If you don't like him, sell him. He had millions of silver. Another bonus, okay? I sold mine. I didn't count that really as I didn't make a tally of it. I didn't really care. So if you want to make a tally, that's fine, what have you. But the other thing is, unfortunately, he did not get another tank or possibly two, which would have been nice, especially if he had any of those tanks that would have showed up for gold refunds. Gold refunds is another, in this case, it's an empty category for Johnny. But this is with the difference. You've got to know in advance that it's not really a good idea to buy the 40 that I bought if you don't have gold refund expectations. The smart move, and it takes courage like unbelievable from my perspective, to do the Johnny Reb version of I'm just going to collect them and I'm going to hang on to them and I'm going to force this epic tank that he did, which was super fantastic. Okay, so that's the thing. He was smart because he's like, yeah, I don't have a lot of tanks that are in the prizes, and that's the key. So he didn't have a lot of those prizes, so he didn't gamble money like I did. Sorry, up here, but I had them all, or I was close actually, and I used my I had gotten to where, now I had made a mistake. I had 14 of the 15, but I got the 15th one, and then I got 3 refunds. Okay, that was fantastic. I made a mistake, and still my super luck covered my mistake. All right? So he did the smart thing by not paying his way to the epic tank. He did it the old-fashioned way, and I salute you, sir. That was fantastic. So you've got to look at the situation you're in. I was in the situation where I thought I had all the prize tanks and got them in the actual purchase, luckily. Now, another thing that worked out good for Johnny was that he got his epic tank relatively early. And so on the last chest that he had 44, he only has 44 left to another one that's forced. Now, this is Saturday night. He's not going to be able to do 44 in 2 days, Sunday and Monday. But I told him when I got my first epic tank, the next one came for me relatively quickly. Actually, for me, it was like 20 or less. That's gettable. And there's the thing. White Flies told me he got back-to-back. It's in my other video as well. He got back-to-back. I'm not saying Johnny's going to pull back-to-back. I was super lucky. White Flies had the top one. He was back-to-back, epic tank, and then the next one was an epic tank. I had epic tank in one of mine. I had another chest and then another epic. So I got 2 epics out of 3 chests in one position during my climb to get my prizes in position before I bought the chests. So it's possible. You never know. You could get the next one in 5 chests or 10 chests or 20 chests. You know 44 for him would come if he made it that far, but no human can do that. You can't do it. It's not possible. But that's not the point. The point is he did knock off like 16 chests worth of busting. He might be able to get lucky. let's say if he got 125 chests into it, he only has to do 9 more to make that. Now, this is one of those things, you don't know what's there until you open it. Okay? So all I can say for Johnny is when he comes back Sunday, I got 2 crossed fingers for you, brother. So I hope he does something great. I hope he gets something great. Okay? Now the thing is, on the epic tanks, you don't get repeat epic tanks until you get all the epic tanks. So it took me, that's the whole point of getting all 15 prizes, to have all the epic tanks, so that when I got an epic tank, kaboom, it was an instantaneous refund. Same thing happened for fish. So unfortunately for Johnny, there's like almost no chance that he would get an epic tank refund, but he could get non-epic tank refunds if he got a non-epic tank and then got the same one again, because that can happen. You can even do it back to back. I've had friends pull these back to back in non-epic tanks. So anything that's within the rules possible, I've basically seen at some point. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's possible. Cross your fingers, Johnny. You never know what's going to happen. So congratulations, sir. You were awesome. I don't know how you did it, and I am completely impressed. So I hope you guys enjoyed the story of Johnny Reb's tougher than tough holy grail quest, like Indiana Jones, to get 38 chests and then open them. Oh man, it's unbelievable. So hope you learned something from this. Maybe this will help you when you're working through your chests, to tough it out when you have bad luck, or what you consider bad luck. The only way out of bad luck is to keep pounding and make good luck happen. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you guys in another video, because I got another one coming up, but I gotta edit it, and it's gonna take a while, and I'm gonna do my stuff first anyway. That might be Tuesday before that shows up. I'm not sure. So that's the end of that. Happy hunting. If you get any good luck, by all means leave a comment. We'd love to see it. Leave Johnny a comment. I mean, he deserves it. He kicked butt, man. It was really fantastic. So see you guys later. And as always, like and subscribe. Rock on.